Hey everybody, what is happening? Easter Leish. I am back with some more Madden 16 Ultimate Team content. What do we got? It's Friday here. We got the new campus heroes are out. They got the special packs for them and all that. So let's take a look and see what we can get in here. We got a few set players that we'll be looking at. A handful of cards coming out, but really I'll just glancing at the set ones real quick, see what they got. And fresh prices out here to see. Peter Boulware, left outside linebacker. Looking at this card, this looks more like somebody that if you were running a 4-3 that you might stick as a defensive end. I really can't, there's better cards otherwise out there, and the value should drop. He'll end up being probably the cheapest one around out there. I see there's a Eddie Lacy who's around in that range. That one might be, might be trying to flip that one right there if you're into the sniping mode. I'm not really too much. Let's see if somebody buys it while we're looking here. 88 strength, so a little bit slower guy, but he's going to be a beast to bring down. Just between tackles, man, little bulldozer. If you have the coins out there and you want a 1-2 punch, he'd probably be decent for right now until that Marshawn Lynch comes out, perhaps, or see how long you want, if you want to wait that long for that. Percy Harvin, okay, so knowing him, probably got only 95 speed. I would think that they would give him a little bit more speed because these are coming to be higher end cars. Looking at given the high grades on them, good route running spec, 99 elusive, which is pretty nice. I guess not too crazy, but he's probably going to still be a pretty good slot. I can see him on these drags and all that stuff, and especially with that elusiveness being tough to bring down. Slipping off of the one-on-one tackles a lot. So it definitely could be he'll be a decent target. For that price, I wish he was faster though. Chris Long, and didn't he just get released off the Rams, I believe? So 93 block shed. Let's see what we get out here. 98 excel with only 85 speed. It's not a bad one for a defensive lineman really, but some of the guys coming out now are a little bit more here. More than the ends that you can put in those positions at times. But him just going out and want to leave him in. You can probably get a hybrid out of this guy. What he's looking like. I'll probably still stay away from that card. Nothing too special. Now this one right here, looking pretty nice. Run him out here with Jamal. And all right, so Jamal gonna get that agility edge, so he's gonna be a little bit more squirrely running through. Like I say, that is something that is, I don't know how necessary it is too much because of that, because you do get into trouble with him being a little too agile at times too. If you hit that speed burst, that's just something to know. And see 2 more acceleration. I like that a lot. Carry, he's going to be a stronger guy, I imagine. 79 strength also, so you look at that part of it. And then the after stuff, Jamal is going to have slight edge, I think, elusiveness, juke, and all that. But I don't know if it's that substantial. Whereas you can get a 90 truck, which is probably enough truck at least to make a few moves there, whereas 75 isn't doing anything for you. And then that strength in there. Looking at the two, honestly, even though I'm a really big Jamal fan, I think I would rather use the McFadden. Jamal's going to be a little bit better receiver, but I think that where he edges him out, I don't think that matters. It's minimal stuff. And you got 99 stamina here, so you're not taking that. If it was a bad stamina matchup, I could see that too. But all in all, I'm definitely going to have to take a look at getting that card here. Jamal's time might be short. I might have to flip him around here before he takes a big hit, because if they put these cards out in packs, Jamal gonna drop down to like 400k, easy, real quick. So unfortunately that time might be short. I might have to wait and see what happens there. And then of course you get the Honey Badger, but he's at a cornerback spot, and that to me is, I don't know. I would guess I'd call it a deal breaker for me. Because if he was stronger and I can play him in the nickel, he looks like a great nickel, but I require my guys to really I want them to be out there, be run stuffers and all that also. He's got that, great, pursuit and all that stuff, though, normally. He can't press either, so that, yeah. And I believe what I heard is when you put him at, back, 56 strength, horrible. When you put him back at free safety, I think he's only a 93 anyway, so I just stick with the card you have, And then, all right. We're going to get the Tebow. Okay, to Mr. Tebow. I'll tell you what, man. If you run a passing, bonus, whatever it's long or short, either one, you're going to get that 5 mid. It's going to put him up to 91 mid. This card's going to be crazy good. It really is. I'm not a Tebow fan, but I know that it's the Madden. There is still a draw there, and people like that because his cards are still beastly. He's a quarterback, but he's kind of a tank. He's definitely, the cards have been in the past, and this one is pretty dang good, pretty dang amazing. Throw power is great. Throw on the run's amazing. Play action 99. Like I say, and if I ran this guy, I would definitely run one of those passing styles to get the 5 to the road throw medium, and then you can put the other one where throw deep. Get the route running, whatever it is. I mean, that's a good one to have. So definitely a card that if the price gets right, I will be looking at down the road. Crabtree, 99 receiver. Okay, he's going to have good stats. 95 speed out there. What's the acceleration? 97 acceleration. So that's all going to be pretty good. Of course, the catching traffic. You can get this out of some other guys. So if the the price is ridiculous right now. There's no way I would even go near a card like that. He is going to be pretty good, obviously. When you're looking at those numbers across the board, they're high-end numbers. So, but at the same time, 6'1" for that, and I couldn't see paying myself more than like 400 to 500K. I really can't, because there's just guys that are all in that range that are really good. That'll do everything this guy can do. So, all right, so unless you're a huge fan, and I doubt there's that many Crabtree fans, well, that one's just gonna have to drop. But again, maybe they'll put these out into a set like they like to do, a nice $80-$100 bundle here at the after a week or whatever it is, or maybe and then people will be trying to get the cards that way, and there'll be a crap load of the low end guys out there, a lot of bull wears. That said, let's look at a couple of the packs here. Let's open up a couple of these guys. We got enough for 2 of these, so what are we going to get? 1 Campus Hero Gold or better, 1 Collectible, 6 Gold or better, and 4 team items. So we'll get 2 of these. Why not? See if we can get anything worth a dang out of there. Obviously, you want to get, I guess, the Elite one is what you want for the Campus Hero. Okay, Campus Hero patch. I don't know how good that is. Elite patch, okay. Like I said, I haven't looked at the sets, man. My stuff has been down. My computer's been down. I just got that hopefully repaired up here, so I was messing with that here on my day off. So, unfortunately, I had to take a little break away, and then, of course, trying to get over the sickness. Excuse me. I thought that was an Elite there, the way they framed that one. So we're just going to get A.J. Hawk as one there. Looks like nothing too great. 83 overall. And we'll do one more of these out here, and then I think there's a pro pack perhaps you can get. So $10 a pack for these guys. You definitely need to hit it on the lead, I believe. For the for the captains in there, or the campus, excuse me. So another patch, so it must be a fairly common. I imagine probably turn around and get a couple K for it if I'm lucky, right? TJ Ward Elite. All right. And then unfortunately a gold one. So Don Sims. That one can't. Those can't be worth very much. So kind of bunk on the 2. I don't really feel like I would missing out by not going out on a bigger bundle. That's for sure. And we get to browse the store. I believe I saw one of these. Yeah. Campus Pro Pack offer. So I have enough points extra. We're going to grab that one also. It is the Pro Pack. And look at that. There we go. Right off the bat, that's not what you ever want out of the Pro. Come on, guys. Fix that. Like, illegal to go first. So we get skunked all the way around. No elites to be found for us. That said, let's jump out real quick, show a lineup update there, see who we're going to be working with here in the future. Got a couple, try and get some gaming out tonight and this weekend here. Next week I'll be having to go on vacation, so hopefully I can get some stuff, a few extra videos that I can post, schedule out for that. That said, so this is the offense there. I think the recent move here you're going to see is Demarius. So I've got Larry Fitz going to be going on the auction block here after this video. And poor Larry, man, he ain't never done anything wrong. He's always played pretty well, but they just continue to put out a card that for his slot just will take it above. And Demarius be out there blocking like Brandon Marshall, got Bolden. So we're getting a lot of strength, a lot of big scheme out there on the outside. I want to be able to pass the ball around. They're all going to be great receivers, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to run the ball also at times. You got to get balanced more and more the higher up you go, especially because of all the blitzing and stuff that you see. So that's you're going to have to get that balance. So that's why I really like to be strong on the outside. But that said, we already talked about Jamal. I might be looking already to look at that McFadden. We'll see what the pricing looks on that, man, and see if it can drop down a bit here. But I feel like, I can always go back, and I still have CJ2K somewhere, in my cards there, and I can do a lot of the stuff there. So I might just put CJ2K back in, sell Jamal here tonight, and then just wait for that McFadden to fall because a little bit in price, and then jump on him. So that said, the line's mostly the same. There's a new Greco out there. Gotta thank Cephalon. He went on such that hot pack streak there a few weeks back, pulling those double Charles Woodsons and all that, and he donated to my team a Greco, so much appreciated. So we're gonna be starting him and probably the rest of the year, man. You know, we'll be a while before I really feel like I need to upgrade these guys, unless something, you know, really great pricing comes out. I did get an Eifert to back up over here, Vernon Davis, but honestly, I think I'm gonna go and sell him here later on and pick up the Kelsey. Just Eifert's a better receiving one, but you know, as my number 2, since I'm only gonna throw to him very seldom, why not just get the one who's gonna be the elite blocker out there? So I'll probably be looking at that move also. And on the defensive side here, you know, we did pull the Poe out of the pack. Now I got to go find a cheap one for the backup. It's, you know, just a backup spot, so I'm not really worried right now that it's filled at the same time. Doing really good with the Von Miller out here, the 96 Von Miller at left end. If need be, I can always get a cheap like Wilkerson or somebody to stick in for the goal line sets and all that. But with the many rollout quarterbacks that there are now, I feel like I really got to have a couple guys that I can spy and then blitz out. And he's great at it. Obviously, I'd love to get the 99 Von Miller. That'd be amazing to put in the spot. But, you know, sitting around, it'll be a little bit over, you know, 1.1 mil or whatever after some of the stuff sells here. So, I know it's like most people. Once you get in that range, you hate to get under too much because then it's like you feel like you're broke. But I still have not upgraded this spot. Zedarius plays very well. My bro's telling me Bruce Smith is beasting it. You know, the stats, I didn't like the low block shed on him, but I'm hearing really good things about him, like he's playing above the stats. So I might keep an eye out for that card and look to pick him up here in the near future also. Because especially, you know, we're running a little bit smaller on the size on the end there. So, you know, it is really good to have the bigger body guys. You know, it's just, you know, Zedarius played well enough also that it's tough when you don't get to sell anybody. You know, you have a spot there, but you don't get to sell the guy back. So whatever I hit, there's a total loss. You know, there's nobody on there to cover it back up. But same guys out here on the outside. But I did pick up a Hunter Badger. Been testing him around. You know, sold Sean Taylor. I really do like Sean Taylor, and you know, and I'm still interested maybe in Atwater. Very similar card out there. But, you know, Honey Badger's a definitely fun, interesting card out there. He flies around, you know, he definitely breaks on the ball very well. He makes some interceptions that, you know, the other guys won't. But at the same time, he's got that low strength, small guy. So, you know, when guys are running out there, if he gets caught on somebody, he's done. But, you know, every so often he'll fly to the ball and make a great play. So you kind of get a mixed bag out there with that card. But, you know, I'll give it a little bit more time and see, you know, what I want to do with that one. And, you know, Shazier brought back, I had to sell the Ray Lewis. And Shazier, when I'm running these guys a lot in coverage anyway, Shazier seems to be just fine. And, you know, and this spot is a great hybrid spot. I was even, you know, debating looking at Anthony Barr perhaps. Derek Brooks is still one of the best, like, man cover linebackers. So I have more of a blitzing one side, and then my left side, as you can see, between Vaughn and him. So I kind of run a 3-4, but I kind of have a hybrid scheme to the way I run it. So therefore my players match, you know, some of the other guys are going to be 4-3 on one side and then, you know, 3-4 on the other in a sense. So that's kind of why I see that. And I'm still rocking a lot out there. You know, I like to pick up that Barry. That Barry looks amazing, but again, you know, we get to this point where you start getting, you know, I gotta limit the coins here somewhere, so I just can't buy everything. There's some guys to definitely be looking at, and Barry is definitely a card I would like to pick up though. So maybe in the future here we'll see how that goes, or maybe get some better pack luck here than we're doing now. Other than that, guys, man, like I say, I'm trying to get some games out here soon, and thanks you all for checking this out.